All right, folks, welcome in. So we are doing a 1 hour and 45-minute-ish recording of Farthest Frontier to see if it's worth your money or not. So the reason that we do this is so that we have a benchmark of about the 2-hour window in which you can return games on Steam. So I'm going to play this game for about 1 hour and 45 minutes, see if it's worth your time, worth my time, so that you can refund or understand about what gameplay you would get in that same time frame. All right, let's get rolling. All right, we're gonna do new settlements. Let's do. We have Pioneer, Trailblazer, Vanquisher. Let's just figure out what we're doing first. That's pretty funny. Dysentery. Idyllic Valley. Yeah, we'll do medium map size. Let's do that. We're not going to get into any advanced settings right now. Let's just let's check out the game as it is.
Life can be harsh everywhere, but in the old world, there was no hope of it ever improving. When our crops failed, the ruling class would still collect the same share, leaving our children to starve. And if we had any coin to our name, the taxman would appear, demanding it for the crown. Nobles hid behind the safety of their walls and did nothing when raiders pillaged the outskirts of the city. And so, some of us decided that it was time to leave, that we'd rather take our chances in the wilderness, seeking the promise of a new land, than starve to death in our homeland. The journey wasn't easy. We lost many along the way. This wild, unsettled land offers us the hope of a new start as the masters of our own destiny.
Nice little intro. Profit can be made by purchasing raw materials at trading posts and turning them into more expensive products. Oh, I like that. You got a little shovel here. Ooh, okay. Perspective is a little interesting. We finished scouting the surrounding area. Survey the land your villagers have explored and choose a promising site to construct your town center. It's important to choose a location that's near the resources you'll need to build a successful settlement. Things like clay, iron ore, and potential food sources. Okay. So we got some wolves. There's some predators up here. We got a water source near us, which is good. We've got some mineable materials here. I don't know if this is like a little bandit camp or something. But there's deer to hunt there. There's some food source there. More water and whatnot over here. All right, so let's zoom out a little bit. I think this is a halfway decent spot. I don't know if those rocks are in the way. Yeah. Okay, so let's just take a quick look over here really fast. Yeah, I think this is good. You got some woods right here. I'm guessing we're gonna be able to do that. So let's go. Let's go right in here. I think that's a good spot for it. Everything's still pretty in good close in close proximity, so. All right. Use harvest button to mark things for harvesting. All right. Once the menu's open, click and drag select resources for harvesting. Hold shift while clicking and dragging to deselect resources for harvesting. Okay. Yeah, so I would say anything in this area, pretty much. Okay, so select harvest. There's a housing shortage. Well, yeah. All right, let me quickly see if I can condense some of this menu here. Interface. I want you guys to be able to see the menus. All right, hold on just a sec. Let me. Here we go. All right, so it looks like we need logs. So they've got to harvest these trees. All right, we got to watch our wood here, so we need logs. All right, y'all go get that tree. Y'all go get that tree.
Done. Will do. Will do.
You get over here
Done.
and work on that tree. Come on. We need wood, folks. We need wood. All right, so there's hawthorn up there. Got hawthorn there, greens, more hawthorn. We're gonna send a couple of these. I just need like 2 y'all. There we go.
Done.
I'm guessing I can get them to forage? I'm not sure.
Okay then.
Maybe not. Okay. All right. Well, y'all get to getting some of that stone. Y'all get to that stone. We're gonna need a little bit of that too, I'm sure. All right. So required materials is 16 total lumber. Construction is enabled and it's prioritized. So let me we're about halfway there on the resources. So trees, guys, trees. Sound is really good. The thunder and rain sounds really good. All right, we got a good amount of firewood, so we have no planks, no clay, no brick, none of that yet. All right, so if we go here, let's do this. Let's put that like right here. Now if I select this, it still puts it over there. Dang, okay. Man, they chopped that wood really quickly.
All right.
Okay, there's a tree there. Look at that tree. Oh. Lightning's hitting. Okay, so town center is complete. 0 villagers sick, 0 bedridden. Overall happiness 0%. Yeah, because we don't have, they just have a town center. So now we need to start building them. Shelter. Okay, location desirability. Didn't really said much. So we're gonna put housing a little ways away. So I'm guessing roads are gonna be a couple wide, right? So we'll do 3. We'll start with 2 of those for now. Those just need wood. All right, so they should automatically go gather trees, it looks like. Looks like they are. Because we're going to need them to build these 2 houses here. So we got a little bit of housing. All right, let's check our build menu again. We're going to need some storage, right? We're going to need a stockyard. Place to stockpile building materials. Let's keep it away from housing. Right, like you don't want to come out of your house and see a lumber mill, right? So again, keeping the idea that we're gonna maybe need 3 spots. For road. Trying to plan a little ahead. All right, so we have hunter's cabin, forager shack, fishing shack, crop field, and smokehouse. Amenities and services, graveyard, and shrine. We'll worry about that later. Resources, a basic well, and a firewood splitter. So we definitely need a well. Let's put the well. 1, 2, 3. We'll put the well right there. Okay, we need a little bit of stone. That's good. We already have the stone for it. We need wood. What am I? We're out of wood. Got it. We're getting stone. I need y'all on wood. Okay. We have a storage cart that's got a decent amount of stuff in it. It's got some weapons. There's some preserves, some smoked meats, some firewood, some stone. Oh, okay, I get it. I get it. They're storing all the stuff that we're harvesting. So we brought some stuff with us, but they're storing the other stuff here in the storage cart. I mean, it makes sense. All right, yep, chop that wood. Chop that wood. Okay, so we got a house built, right? I think. Yep, okay, so we got a couple of houses built. Measure of how appealing the area is to live in. As such, this mechanic only impacts shelters. High desirability is a prerequisite for shelters to upgrade to higher tiers. As higher tier homes generate tax revenue, they have increased occupancy and are required for town center upgrades. This is very desirable. When selecting a building for placement from the build UI, you can see whether it impacts desirability based on the chevrons next to its name. A green chevron means that a building will have a positive effect, while a red chevron indicates a negative effect. A yellow chevron indicates that the structure has no effect on desirability. Once you're ready to place the building, move the placement preview around. The town will show you the impact it will have on desirability of nearby homes. Lowering a home's desirability too much can cause it to become abandoned as it no longer fulfills its desirability requirements. Interesting. That's a cool little wrinkle. Okay, so the well is up. So we've got a well. Nice. We still have a housing shortage, so we need to put more houses in. The build menu. Okay, so we're gonna not worry about that for now. We're gonna get some more houses in. Oh, so as it expands, so I'm putting these two close together. Hold on. Yep, break that down and reclaim its resources. Relocate building. Okay. So I need to put them like there. So we're just moving it over. Building menu. So on this one, I need to build it like there. This one I need to build like there. Okay. So we got to space them out. So when it grows, it looks like it's going to spread horizontally. That makes sense. Okay. So we're going to do that. And then last but not least, we'll do this. That should give us plenty of housing. All right, so they're just going to start moving the stuff over here. All right, we got a well. There's our storage. So our stockyard. All right, so next thing, looks like we got some housing. So we need food production, right? So we're going to need a hunter's cabin. All right, we're going to wait on the hunter's cabin. I don't really see much. Hold on. Okay, nope. We found it. We found it. That's where we need to put our hunter's cabin. It needs to be out this way a little bit. Okay, I see there's indicators on what you'll find. So like we'll find a lot if we put it out like right here. More people await word to join your settlement. Amass a 4-month supply of food in 6 houses. Okay, cool. So we did the 6 houses already. I guess we picked a good number. That's the hunter's cabin. The forager shack. We need to figure out like what's going to give us the most food here. Like right in here looks like it's good. Oh wait, what is this? Salvage site. Cool. Okay, so we'll salvage that, and then we're gonna put a forager shack over here because, hold on. Firewood is a critical resource for your settlement's continued survival. Stockpiling enough firewood ahead of winter will ensure the villagers have a warm shelter to return to in cold months. Use firewood splitters to turn logs into firewood, and a steady supply of logs will ensure your firewood splitters are working efficiently and will produce a sufficient stockpile. Shelters that do not have firewood will leave their inhabitants at the mercy of elements that could cause them to develop frostbite or even perish from exposure. In large towns, villagers may need to travel long distances in the cold to reach available firewood, which could result in exposure deaths. Markets can help alleviate the distances by stockpiling resources nearby and even performing deliveries to nearby shelters. Ooh, this game is crunchy. I like it. All right, now that you guys can see the menus and stuff, I'm gonna revert the screen back so that you guys can see the actual game. So my resolution is really high. So we're gonna go doot. There we go. All right, there we go. I'm liking like the storms and shit. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Building has no firewood. Okay, so we need to build a fire splitter, a firewood splitter. Amenities and services. Nope, that's the wrong one. Is this resources? Basic, well, yeah, we need a firewood splitter. So the firewood splitter, let's put this next to our storage. All right. All right, hawthorn are large thorny shrubs in the rose family that produce red berries which ripen in late fall. In times of desperation, hawthorn berries are one of the last remaining food sources for settlers. Okay. All right, you guys are doing stone. Y'all are doing a fantastic fucking job, but we got to get y'all to do some wood here. We need y'all to go down there and do the wood. Okay, so good news is we're in summer, so we've got a little bit to oh, it's like a mushroom covered tree there. Nice. All right, so we got the rabbits there. We're trying to build the heal up, so we need to do harvest resources. Let's start clearing this area out. Why did that one go sideways? Isn't that wild? All right, so there's that one did too. So they put them all crooked and stuff. That's funny. All right, so they still got to salvage this. We got hawthorn berries there. There's plenty of gatherables over here. It looks like there's some more here as well. So we can build another. A work yard where sawyers cut logs into wood planks. Okay. Don't worry about that here in a bit. The lookout tower defends the surrounding area against hostile threats. Must be manned by guards who do extra damage when attacking from this high vantage point. Okay. Yep. So because we're gonna have to worry about bandits and stuff, right? So roads and fencing. Decor, not worried about decor. We're worried about survival right now, right? So we're gonna wait on a saw pit. Okay, we have a root cellar. We're gonna put that over here by the well. It's going to take 20 stone. We have 30. But that's going to be good because we got to worry about making sure our food doesn't spoil, right? Like... Yes, we'll take you. We'll take you. All right, you guys get down here and start chopping trees. We need all the trees we can handle, folks. All the trees we can handle. All right, so they're wheeling the stone over. Yeah, I'm liking this game. It's kind of cool. There's a lot to learn, and I feel like I'm missing so much, but that's a good thing, right? That's what these games do. You have so much to learn, and you mess up your first settlement, and people die, and before you know it, you got to hustle and bustle in the successful city. Buildings have a work area in order to function. This circle defines where villagers will seek resources in the world. For example, a hunter's cabin work area defines where a hunter will go to seek out game to hunt. A fishing shack work area defines what coastline the fisherman will fish from. By default, a work area is centered on the structure, but that's likely not the best setup. Relocate the work area. Left-click the work area button, and then move the cursor to the desired location. The tooltip will give you insight into resources within the work area before you confirm placement. Setting work areas properly can help improve the efficiency of a building. Okay, so that would have been helpful to know when I built this, because I could have had the hunter's lodge over here, but made the work area in the area that we needed. So, but the good news is we built this over here and uncovered some of this water So there's deer sighted down there. There's deer sighted here. So if I go here, click this, how do I define work area? Retarget building work area. All right, so let's do. We're going to do right there. It gives us a little bit of a couple of different things. All right. So greens. Now we need a food gathering, right? So we need to, I'm guessing for that it's food production. Tend a plot of land to grow vegetables. So is that the forager shack? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay. All right, the forager shack though, we're gonna put like over here. And then we'll have them forage. Actually, it might be, we'll have them forage here maybe. I don't know. We may build another one over here and see kind of what we got going on, but we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. A bustling market would help generate gold and attract new settlers to our growing town. Markets stock houses and generate gold based on the number of houses in their work area. Okay. Amenities and services? Is that what we're looking for? Housing. Oh god, we're transitioning into fall. We're gonna die. We're gonna die so hard. Don't you think? Alright, well we got a few houses in. So we're just trying to let's get as much food production as we can because we have to survive the winter. And then we have to get a lot of wood. We need so much wood. We're probably gonna have to stop building. What is this? Oh, nice. Okay, so they need firewood. Oh, it's so hard because, like, everything is requiring tons of wood right now. All right. Well, the hunter shack needs to be doing some work, bro. Technology tree. As your people adapt to their surroundings, they will also innovate new discoveries to help make their lives easier. Invest your newfound knowledge into technology tree. Or in the technology tree to improve means of production, unlock new buildings, and enhance capabilities of your military. Note that each discovery becomes harder to achieve than the last, so plan ahead for what your settlement will need most in the near future. The town center generates knowledge every month, but further advances will eventually require an academy to perform at a reasonable pace. The academy is a center for scientific pursuits and tremendously accelerates the rate of new discoveries. Scholars will perform research even without supplies, but providing them with a steady supply of paper will speed up their work. Certain structures will also grant you knowledge immediately upon being constructed for the first time within your settlement. The school, or these are a school. These are denoted in the building menu to help identify them. As your people explore their surroundings and scavenge through the salvage sites and vanquish raider camps, they may stumble across tomes of knowledge. When acquired, this resource immediately grants the settlement knowledge. Traveling merchants may sometimes also carry these valuable texts for sale in their wares at the trading post. Knowledge. All right, so let's see. Six of 8 residences are stocked with firewood. So 79% of our people are working. So it doesn't look like we're doing terrible from this. Overall happiness is 100%. Okay, so we just need firewood. And I sent everybody to get wood. So we just need to stop building for a minute, make sure everybody is stocked with firewood. And I think we're okay. Let's check our building menu for anything else we need to get going. So I'm not going to build another forager shack, but I think we might need a smokehouse to get those meats smoked before... Actually, hold on. Desirability is low. Food production desirability. Another basic well, probably. Did we have a water bonus before? I'm going to put another well right there. All right, technology tree. Plus 2 more resources gathered per forage source. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that for now, for sure. Actually, hold on. Taxation, hygiene, base knowledge generation. That might be really useful, actually. Stone cutting, production logistics, minus 10% work to produce firewood, pottery, linen clothes, soap. 10% tree felling speed. Oh, I kind of feel like we might need that too. But if this is going to go slower from now on, maybe it makes sense to go to natural philosophy. Doesn't help us as much right now, but in the long run, I think it will. I'm going to do that for now. We want as much knowledge as possible, right? Because we want to unlock as much of this as we can. All right, so we spent our point there. I think we only had 1, right? Total knowledge invested, knowledge available. Yeah, okay, knowledge available 0. All right, so we want to do that because we want to get our knowledge up. We want to be smarticles particles, right? Cool. All right, so what else we got here? We're transitioning into fall. We've got to get this wood chopped. Number of workers assigned. so it's something about a busy market. I don't see. Okay, a trading post requires storehouse, saw pit, and town center 2. Eight of 9 residences are stocked with food. Okay, so firewood is good. So we got our firewood up. Good deal. So to upgrade our town center, we need 8 more shelters. We need more people, a market built, and a lot of wood planks. So we're going to have to build the sawmill. Resources, saw pit. Yeah, we're going to have to keep that away from them. Crop summary, field count, resources and storage, village professions. All right, so we actually have the fishing village now, so that's good. All right, next is the smokehouse, right? We need to build the smokehouse. We got a couple of wells. We got a saw pit going. We do have a firewood splitter. Put the smokehouse over here by all the food storage. Okay, it's nice and good. Okay, so we got a couple of wells. Everybody's got their food. We're running low on lumber again. We got to get that number up, which means we got to stop building. Let's check our numbers. Okay, yeah, basic needs are all met. We are good to go. With our basic needs, we need to just start stockpiling some stuff. So our sawmill, we're going to be using a lot of boards. Right, we've got 39 stone. We don't have any clay yet, but I don't think we need clay at the moment. We will, like, when we need to build bricks, right? When we're starting to brick stuff up. But right now it's all wood and fiber, right? We got thatch roofs and stuff. Oh no, we have wood roofs. Well, that one's thatch, but it's beside the point. We got bows and arrows and weapons and all that. All right, so we're good to go for now, I think. It's getting to that time. Ooh, hazelnut bushes. do we tell how much he is producing right now? Produced in the last year 12 fish. Access to clean water, staves off dehydration. Firewood is used to keep villagers warm. Also, shit. Okay. Settlement test. Okay, so that's all happy there. The home's basic needs. They need more firewood. They need more food. And then a little bit more water. And then, of course, medicine. We don't have any medicine yet, so that makes sense. All right, so we got to get that wood up. All right, let's get somebody else in here. Okay, so now we have, so we just increased the number of people working here. So we're doubling the splitting of firewood. We need to get lots of firewood before winter here. Oh, interesting. So some of these places have structural integrity. So you've got to... Interesting. Mark building for immediate repairs. So you have to upkeep the buildings as well. That is a crunchy system for sure. I have not played one of these in a while. I'm enjoying this so far. There's definitely a lot to this though. Okay, so this is our fishing or our hunting. They're hunting down here as well as up here. I don't know if this is going to be something that you got to continuously move. Like, will you over hunt? Because I don't see... See what I'm saying? So let's look. Retarget work area. So nothing up here. Whole bunch down here. Okay. So we're gonna do this. That's probably our best luck is actually down here now, because it looks like we over hunted up here and all the deer are gone. So puppy dog sleeping back there. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's getting cold and terrible out here now. We're just approaching the start of winter. Ooh, deep iron deposit. That's good. Lots of hawthorn, so I'm guessing this is our smokehouse. Here's our forager shack. That's the best spot for our forager shack right there. Got a clay deposit. I don't think anybody ever like... So this is our desirability area. So with all this stuff down here, nobody wants to live in that area. Smokehouse reduces desirability a little bit. So keeping them up here is probably pretty good. Hey, 2 new villagers are born. People are stuck indoors and they're making the babies. All right, so water. Okay, graveyards. Dead villagers get left out to rot will attract vermin and disease. Designated area to be used as graveyards to bury the dead and keep the villagers happy and healthy. Ugh. A villager has died. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel personally responsible. Okay, where do we put a graveyard at? Let's put it a little ways away, right? It's gonna use some stone. Okay, we're gonna toggle the production of that. You guys need to go out there and get that wood, bro. We're not worried about boards right now. We're more concerned with having the food to get us through the winter. Okay, so deer are sighted over here. So after this, over here, he starts hunting some of that stuff. We'll have to move that over there. What do willow bushes do? Willow bushes produce flexible stalks that can be collected by foragers and used to weave baskets. Willow is also a medicine due to the presence of salacin in its bark, which reduces fever and inflammation. Interesting. Learn something new. All right, so let's check on our resources here. Everything looks good there. Check our fishing. We're all good except for water. Hunting, water and firewood. I know. We're trying to get that graveyard built. I'm sorry. Just one more. Okay, that I think is the last load to get this built. And then we'll have our graveyard up here kind of next to the creepy forest. There we go. Now we need folks to build that now all the resources are delivered. All right, so when we get out of winter into spring, we're going to have to get some fields up. All right, we're going to do extra gathering, right? What was the other one? Produce firewood. Tree felling speed. Let's go with tree felling speed. We have been behind the 8-ball on wood so far, so let's do that. All right. Let's get this thing done so we can get that poor body out of that house. Prioritize. We don't want to get a bunch of disease going. So we have 2 infants, 12 adolescents, 9 adults. Those are all hawthorn over here. That's where our deer are. I'm guessing this isn't going to be producing now? Or does he like ice fish? I mean, fishing productivity says 90%, so I'm assuming he's, I guess, ice fishing? I don't know. Alright, what about our hunting lodge? Hunting lodge doing well. Okay, that's producing pretty well. All right, here we go. So now, how do I get the body there, though? That's the question. Oh wow, our road's like 5 wide? Holy crap. For your town center, you have a means to enact policies. With policies, you can fine-tune various aspects of your settlement's production, defenses, and even happiness. All policies have positive benefits, but many also come with trade-offs that may not be suitable for your villagers. Mix and match policies to achieve the best results for your settlement. Note that each policy can be toggled every 12 months. All right, so what I did is I put a T here. So people traveling down this way and across through these homes, they're going to travel faster. I figured they'll be able to get to and from these areas. So we have areas here, we have areas here, and then housing. Can help them get a little faster to and from those locations. I'm guessing the body was buried here. Yes. Okay. You got room for 80 people there. Delete that one. Let's get rid of those. Berries there. Okay, we're in the back side of winter now. All right, so we need to get this upgraded. So we need more shelters. We need a market. Okay, we don't have any gold, so... Am I just missing where a market is? Oh, requires a storehouse. Okay. Okay, so we got to build this storehouse here. Oh, your people explored the salvage site, managed to produce... Oh, we produced a bunch of stuff. That's awesome. A tome of knowledge. That was this spot. Okay, so we finally got around to getting rid of this spot over here. Cool. All right, so storehouse. So we need to rotate this, right? Tab. All right, storehouse. We're gonna put the storehouse here. And then we'll put the market down here. All right, so we have this up. Should we put it in hygiene to keep everybody clean? Speed of field. Farmer field work might not be bad either when we get those farms built. Let's do that. We need to make sure everybody stays fed, right? So that's one of the bigger deals. All right, so that requires 30 wood. We've got that 30 wood. New villager born. Nice. People are making babies. That's good stuff. All right, so gotta wait for that to be finished. So we have a root cellar. We have a storehouse. We have a stockyard. Need to put in a couple more houses, right? I'm gonna keep this road going over so that when they have to take the fish and meat back, right, they have plenty of road to help them get there quicker. All right, so this is almost done. When that's done, we should be able to build our market. There we go. So now we should be able to go to amenities and services, build a market. Oh yeah, people want the market close to the house. Interesting. So if I build it right here. 4.2 if I build it right here. $3.6 if I build it here. I guess we're gonna build it right there, right? That's where they want it the most, the market. All right, got a good amount of stone and wood, so we need to start building farms, right? So we're gonna build farmland. Food production, crop fields. Fertility is kind of okay back here. Oh my gosh, so much work. Do you see that? 4,560 work. Jesus. That's a crazy amount of work. Ooh, okay. All right, so we've got the houses in. Market is being built. Population, we've got to get our population up a little bit. And we need wood planks, so we need to turn this back on. We've got 2 people working there. I think that's fine for now. Not many people gathering wood because everybody's doing the massive amount of work that's required up here, it looks like. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, we need to prioritize this though. So we're gonna click on it, and we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna say prioritize the work. Right, we need to get this field up so we can get it through the growing season. That clay yields 3,000 clay there. Iron deposit is infinite amount of iron. Okay, that's great. That is great. Is there a spot in here? Let's close that. I was trying to see if there's a spot to let me modify the interface a little bit. So I have an ultra wide monitor, and it can be difficult to frame stuff like in your eye line. I love it for an immersion, but when like stuff is so far away on the sides, it can be a little difficult to acknowledge or like see certain like alerts. All right, so we have 3 invested. What is this? Months until next discovery. 1. Okay. Hey, knowledge generated. Boy, I was just looking at that. Okay, so we were gonna do cleanliness, right? Hygiene. Let's do hygiene. Let's make sure our people stay clean. All right, so we've got that prioritized. They're getting these roads finished. Once the roads are finished, which looks like they finished these ones down here. So we got to finish these few roads. Those people are going to be reallocated to the farm, which we've got to get that. Oh, we've got to get that done. You got to plow those fields. Okay. So there's that. Okay, the market we need to prioritize as well. So click prioritize. We got to get that trade up, right? Looks like we're still good with, there's birds, deer. So he's still hunting well. There's our smokehouse, forager shack. Let's just check and make sure we've got the best possible target. Actually, I think that spot right there is better. Moving it back this way a little bit. We still have the 3 up on 2 of those, but we have the other up on Hawthorne. That's good. Kind of feel like we might need to build another forager shack, right? Think that would be good. We have, what do we have down here? Blackberries. Oh, and a shoal of fish. So if we... Oh, I didn't mean to click that. So we got 19%, 198 fish. 23%, 338 fish. Okay, so we're doing right here. We're doing right here. This is the best spot for us to be fishing right now. I forgot we could move that on the fishing village too, because it said it shows where the fishing front is. Okay, so that's good. We got that moved. All right, so okay, yeah, we're doing some work over here now. Looks like the roads are almost getting done. Still got a bit there. Yep, still need 32 more boards for that. Let's check on our boards. I'm gonna add 2 more people. So we had these guys. I added 2 more people to the saw pit, so we're gonna get these more boards out. That way we can get more boards over here. We've got plenty of lumber. Some greens over here. All right, let's see. What else do we need to prioritize? So that market needs to get done. Once the market gets done, we should be able to hopefully get some more people. And then we're going to have to get a bunch of wood planks and stuff to get this upgraded. Good news is all of our basic needs are met. We're at 98% happiness. I think the reason that we lost a little bit of happiness is because the amount of work that is currently assigned, if I had to guess. Oh, that's cool. You can actually see him hunting the deer. All right, so let's speed up time a little bit. Two new villagers born, 3 new villagers immigrated. All right, so we got... Man, it's going to take like a year. Because we're already, like, we're midsummer already. Damn. It's going to take forever to make that field. I probably should have made it smaller. All right, we still got plenty of wood, so I'm going to assign... I just went ahead and do 6 of 6 on the saw pit. We've got to get those boards done. There we go. We got it down to 8. Work faster. We need to get the whips out. So far, I'm enjoying this, though. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to learn. You have a pause button. You have a 3x speed button. So that's what we're doing right now is we're running 3x speed because we've produced what we need to produce. We need to start upgrading stuff and we need to get some stuff secured. So one of the things we need to get secured, right, is our market, right? So that we can upgrade our town hall. We need to get more people, but in order for the people, we need to make sure we have our food supply, right? We have double wells. We've got hunting, fishing, foraging, all that good stuff. We need to get some farming in so we have consistent crops. We have our smokehouse. We have all the things that we need. All right. Luxury goods do not just increase happiness of our villagers and fulfill upgrade requirements for the shelters. They also generate tax revenue for your settlement. Villagers will automatically stock their shelters with valuable luxury goods, but a market will expedite deliveries, leaving your villagers with more time to perform their other duties. Which luxury goods can be stocked within shelters? Which luxury goods can be stocked within a shelter depends on its tier, with the higher tier shelters being capable of stocking more expensive luxury items. Okay, so we need to make sure that we're upgrading our village shelters. So I'm going to have some... I figure this is going to be what our luxury area is going to be. And then out this way, we'll probably just have a bunch of little kind of cruddy residences, if that makes sense. So high value residences versus some of like the lower value. So like the compressed housing, you know, think apartment buildings, that kind of thing. Okay, so that's done. We're going to reduce this back down to 2 people. And we need this to get done. We got to get something in there and planted. Construction is prioritized. Got to get over there. Go, go, go. All right, so 8 people have arrived. Yes, please. Housing shortage. That's what we need. We need a housing shortage. All right. So what we're going to do is, like I said earlier, we're going to start building some houses. We're going to build some shelters out this way. Actually, hold on. We have to make sure that there is some desirability though, right? Because otherwise they will... The houses will go abandoned. Actually, so this one I'm gonna do this. We're gonna cram these in right here. We're just gonna test that. Oops. All right, and then across from it, resources, we're gonna put a water well. Right behind it, so they have water. I keep doing that instead of I'm gonna put the cobbler shop right there. Did we get, oh, we got 2 more technology points. Okay. Yeah, we need tax generation. So we need shoes too. So we're going to do reduction in cost to make shoes because we want people with shoes. All right. Go back to 1x. So we need to make this slightly more desirable over here. So that's why I threw the well in there. All right, we'll put the compost way over here. Right, because that's going to be smelly and nasty. Nobody's going to want to be over there. All right, we're almost done with the fields here. That's good. 24. Hey, there we go. All right. Now's where we figure this out. So, click to remove the selected crop from the rotation. Click to expand the size of the crop field. Expanding a crop item or crop field requires additional work and may increase the number of farmers needed to maintain it. Weed levels 85%, rockiness 14%, fertility is 69%. Click any of the 3 crop rotation bars to add or remove crops to plant. Each bar represents 1 year and farmers will cycle through them sequentially. Fill each bar, create a full crop rotation. Okay. All right, so add crops. Flax, peas, carrots, clover, cabbage. All right, so right now they're just going to work the fields, it looks like. They're not going to do anything through the winter months. Then we'll do carrots and cabbage, and then you'll see how that works. That's why we're doing this, folks. We're learning. We're learning in. All right, so we're up to good. We need planks now to upgrade this. That means we need to go back over here. We need to add a couple more workers. All right, roads look good. These new houses are in place. I think everybody's stocked up. I think we need those planks for this right here to get that composting. So all waste, whether it's for the crops or like human waste, for example, is going to go over here now. Oop. And that's going to make compost for the farm. Let's prioritize getting that rock built too, or taken out. Get this rock taken out, we'll expand the road further down. All right. So our only alert right now is on wood, right? So our wood planks. We've got plenty of actual logs. We're just worried about planks. So I went ahead and assigned a couple extra workers. So we're at 4 workers now. Lots of planks. I mean, we may have to keep those workers at the saw pit. Like, I'm actually going to put 6 people there because everything is starting to require those planks. We have tons of firewood. Where's our firewood thing? I'm going to reduce our firewood splitter down to 1 person because we have a ton of firewood. So we have 356 firewood right now. We got plenty of firewood. Need 1 more plank to get this thing up and running. Built to be in planning, yeah, that makes sense because it was already done. The season was over. Okay, so the tannery we have to put like way out here too. Dealing with like animal waste and all that stuff here, and then we have tannery there. Otherwise, it's going to dramatically lower the desirability. All right, so stockyard, storage depot, storehouse, root cellar. What amenities can we put in there? Like a shrine costs 100 to build. All right, we're gonna build it. We're gonna build it. We're gonna give them religion, right? We're gonna give them something to cheer on. All right, so far we have our town center. It's almost to 2. We've got most of our required stuff. We have our saw pit, our firewood splitter, our stockyard. We just built our cobbler shop to get people some shoes. We have our storehouse. We've got our root cellar, our forager shack, our smokehouse for smoking meats. We're currently building our basket shop. That's going to help the durability and ability for our gatherers to go do things, to go gather supplies. We have our hunter's cabin. We are building our tannery. We just completed our compost yard. We have our farm. We have our cemetery. We have our fishing shack. We have a couple of extra homes out here. We harvested or salvaged that one broken down building out here. And then we have, what, 8 homes here. We're going to extend the homes down through here. So these ones are going to be spaced out a little bit to allow for growth. We put our market back here, which increased the desirability of these houses. We're building our shrine now to give people religion, sense of purpose, all that good stuff. Not a bad little run. So we're about to finish year 2. So we're going to speed up our time here. So we need some planks there. We need a couple of wood and... Okay, so we just need wood and stone here, which is really good. So it's just a matter of getting those materials over there. And of course, it is the winter months. We're in the dead set middle of winter. We need to do our... Thinking, do we go extra taxation or fertility loss from planting, work for smoked meat? We're going to go with militia. I feel like we're going to run into a need for that here soon. I feel like we're going to have a need for that at some point in the near future. Could be a trap. It could be a trap, but this is our first game, right? That's what we're doing. We're learning. All right, we got it sped up a little bit. We're going to kind of blast through here. Looks like they're taking those last bit of resources over here. So it's just going to be manpower needed once they deliver that. Oh, no, that's going to compost. Okay. That's going to compost. So collecting, they're 3% at collecting. Even touch storage yet. Travel distance is pretty good time to get over there. All right, this is probably here. Yeah. I was going to say that's probably the wood and stone. There we go. Now we need a little 50 effort. They're going to knock that out real quick. Look at that. Snow is melting. It's receding. That's actually a pretty cool effect. I like how you watch it recede. Graphics on this are really good. Really good. It's pretty good amount of detail for... Oh, that's cool. I just now noticed when you click on the building and they're bringing resources to it, you can see the resources being brought in. So like if I click off of it, these are the guys that are working on that. That's very cool. I didn't notice that before. So this dude that works here probably lives down here. Yearly taxes collected. Okay, nice. All right, so we're going to prioritize the construction here of the shrine. Let's get that shrine built. I should have rotated this. That's okay. Not a big deal.
Need something?
Oh, I didn't realize you could click on the individual person and it gives you their... We now have a priest. 31-year-old. Eloil. She has shoes, linen clothes, hide coats. She's just carrying a bunch of preserves around. She's pretty warm. Happiness is good. Health is good. Hunger. She's not hungry. Very cool. All right, so we need 60 wood planks. Oh, we're out of wood now. Oh my gosh, we're out of logs. We ran through all of the planks. So we're going to move that back down to 2. We got to get our wood logs back up now. So we're going to say harvest resources. Yeah. Need y'all to harvest all that stuff, guys. Get down here. Get your butts busy. All right, they're going through carrot season right now. Kind of cool. So they're weeding and planting and doing all those things. Hold on. So what does that mean? Materials required willow. Oh, we have more knowledge to spend. Okay. So we're going to go gathering. We're going to go fertility loss. Okay, and that gets us into the next tier. Animal husbandry. Unlock barn, chicken coop, goat, hay crop. Paper press. Ooh, we kind of need that, right? How many points we have left? Mining. Oh, we really need mines. Oh my gosh, we need so many of these things. Construction speed, fill rate for wells. Healers, midwives, increase birth rate. I think we're going to have to go with animal husbandry, right? Like, that's a game changer for food supply. Food production. Okay, we got to do Fletcher. Couple extra houses right there, because I know we're going to need them here soon. All right, 3 new villagers born. Yeah, 3 new villagers. Nice. All right, so those are built. That's fantastic. So we got them within. Well, we added a Fletcher building, so they're going to create more bows and arrows and stuff for the hunters, and then village defense. We got our cobblers making everybody some shoes. He's produced 16 pairs of shoes in the last year. What do we have here? So we need food lost to spoilage. Okay, so we're overproducing food. That is a good thing. That is a good thing. So we don't need to worry about foraging foodstuffs right now. We're doing pretty well on there because we're having some spoilage, which that's going to turn around and go into composting, and the composting is then going to feed those fields. So we're fine there. Okay, so that's good. So we're getting the wood up, we're getting the planks up. I think we're good. So we're getting ready to upgrade our new settlement. We just need to get the wood and stone back up, or the wood planks and stone. So, but we're gonna stop building for now. So that will be helpful. All right, one thing we're going to do is we're going to build some roads. I want to get the roads over to that forest there. And then we'll start pulling from this forest here. And then anything that we're doing along here, folks are going to be able to travel faster back to drop off supplies and do those kind of things. Boom, look at that. There, he did that road. Prioritize harvesting that resource. Are they going to show me the people that are going to go do it? I don't think so. All right, we're going to go back to our saw pit. We're going to have them increase that saw pit production. We're going to try to get those last couple of boards done and get this city upgraded. I think we're at our 30. Yep, we're at our 30 needed there. So we just need those wood planks now. We're at 24 wood planks. So we're almost there, chat. We're almost there. So increase that plank production. All right, I think they got that tree, right? Harvest resource, prioritize it. Reason we're doing that is we're going to extend this road down to these trees here. And then I think I'm going to run a path through here for the hunter to get down over to the path where he's hunting. And then we're going to make like city blocks, right? There you go. I'm trying to see who this is. Who's that guy? I can't click on him. All right. All right, get this path down to here. There we go. That road in. Nice big block there. This we're going to go down a little further, and then we'll probably come back around and loop to square that out. I kind of like that looping around these trees, though. Now, the trees eventually probably won't be there, but this gives us access to folks to get there quicker to do that kind of mining stuff. So, almost there. We're at 42 wood. 42 wood. We're approaching our time limit too. Okay, we're just getting ready to cross into there it is, upgrade. We'll do our first upgrade. Dropping off all the materials. Prioritize our upgrade here. Get this thing taken care of. That road is almost done. Almost done. We got a little bit left to go through right here. Actually looks like that. Okay. But rock is oh, there's a downed tree in the road. Okay. Yep, so auto prioritize the oak tree that is downed in the road. Isn't that awesome? I love it. All right, so that's what they're working on. We're almost done here. We're getting ready to see what our new town hall is going to look like. We got 4. Oh no, it's going to start freezing. It's getting so cold. Oh, villagers born. It's the winter months. You know, people are in snuggling to stay warm. Making little babies. Almost done. Is that the last bit? Yeah, okay. So now it's just effort. Builder's effort. It's just work hours. Bam. There we go, guys. Establishing a foothold. Upgrade the town center to level 2. All right. Well, this has been awesome. I'm going to hit save. New save. Dysteria. Yeah. All right, folks. Well, that was it. That's 2-hour play session for Farthest Frontier. So we did 2 hours here. I think the purchase price of this was about $25 on sale through Steam's winter sale. So to me, very worth it. I haven't played a game of this style in a bit. So I think, you know, obviously this was 2 hours. My general benchmark for a game's value is about an hour, $1 per hour. So if I spend 25 hours in this game, I see that as a success as far as value to playtime. I think I'm going to get a lot of hours out of this. I would assume at a minimum, I'm probably going to spend, I would say about 80 hours in this game. So at a $25 purchase price, you know, that's what, 30 some odd cents an hour. So, but it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I think this is worth your money. And keep an eye out for our perception check score. So we're going to rate perception check out of 20. So you'll get our rating here after this. You may also be seeing this after you looked at that video. So if so, thank you for sticking around. I greatly appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day.